Hello, Michiganders, historians. You are going to be learning about another group of Native Americans that were in Michigan hundreds of years ago and probably still are some today. So you learned yesterday about the Potawatomi and about the Ojibwa, and today you're going to learn about the Ottawa and wrap up these three Native American tribes with a little summary about the three fires. So these three Native American groups were called the three fires because they worked together, they helped each other in times of crisis, because they were the three main groups of Native Americans or tribes in Michigan, but they were not the only ones. There were other tribes as well. So these three tribes they spoke a similar language, they helped each other, so they formed a team in times of trouble. And that team, when they were formed together, is called an alliance. So when more and more people get together and help to protect you or help to guide you or something, or help you on a team, you're forming an alliance. When you're running down that court against another team, you're an alliance. To protect each other and to have a main goal of making the shots and making your team win. So those are called an alliance. So let me share my screen and we're going to talk about the Ottawa today and then kind of wrap this up together. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just share my screen and share some thoughts and ideas with you about this. The Ottawa are also pronounced, or you might see the spelling of Ottawa and Ottawa spelled different ways. So these all mean the same people though. This tribe lived in Northwest Lower Peninsula, so the northwest of the Lower Peninsula, so near Muskegon and Ludington, if you've ever been out to the west side by Lake Michigan, over there. And so their name means tribe, and they traded, they mean trade, and the Ottawa traded corn, they traded sunflower seeds, they traded tobacco with other tribes. And trading's always been really important to them because it's a way that they can give what they make and someone else can give what they make, so they both get what they want, basically, or what they need. So it's always been an important thing for the Native Americans to do, to be able to exchange and trade things. So as you can see, this is called a flintstone for the arrowheads, and that's found, that's a mineral that's found in the earth. And they would trade buffalo hides for blankets, I'm sure for coats and things like that. Sunflower seeds to eat, of course, copper for weapons or ornaments. And so they often traded with each other for what they both needed. So once the Ottawa lived in Canada, they then they migrated south to find food and basically sometimes to avoid disease. So what happens is that they migrated down through Wisconsin, up near Chicago right here, and up into this area, and settled along the west coast right around here. So the tribe lived farther south, the Ojibwa, lived more towards, like I said, Ludington, Traverse City area, up in this area. And again, they traded corn, or they grew corn, and they were really good at that. What I want you to do today is read a little bit more about the Ottawa. They're skilled traders. That was their thing. The Ottawa would travel hundreds of miles just to trade with other tribes for goods that they needed. They were allies in both the French and the British at different times. The Ottawa members that stand out are Pontiac and Blackbird. Pontiac led a rebellion against the British because he did not agree with a change in trade policies. This was known as Pontiac's Rebellion. He was defeated and would later be killed by another American Indian near St. Louis, Missouri. Blackbird was the son of an Ottawa chief and became a translator for the U.S. government, I skipped a line, became an Ottawa chief himself. He would go on to be a translator for the U.S. government, would attend university, and write a book called The History of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians of Michigan. So you're going to write 3 facts here. Then we're going to wrap up these 3 groups. You can extend this picture if you want to see it closer. You can see a fella here, he's hunting, or excuse me, fishing with a spear. Read about how these are all wrapped up by saying the Ottawa, Potawatomi, and the Ojibwe agreed to help each other work together whenever they had problems. This is called an alliance. These three groups were similar in the way they spoke and in their culture. They cleared land to create houses and villages. They cut down trees to make things like houses, canoes, and wells. They used rivers and lakes for travel. They used land for farming. They moved their villages with the seasons. So as the seasons got worse, they moved around. So by summing up the three fires, who are the people of the three fires? Name the three groups and just tell why they are a group of tribes that formed an alliance. So, or what they did for their environment. So do about 2 sentences here. Okay, kiddos. All right, thanks for wrapping up this week with Native Americans, and I hope you're enjoying it so far, and I will connect with you later. Have a great day. Thanks.